morning, everybody. This weekend here in Connecticut, it's going to be mild until Sunday, Monday, when it's going to get warm again. But otherwise, for July 4th today and tomorrow, you're going to have good nights for fireworks, so which is going to be good for you. And the temperatures are going to be wonderfully cool. Might get a little sticky in the end, but not too bad. The big, beautiful bill that Trump wanted to pass has passed the House and the Senate and is going to his desk for signature. And I know long ago someone asked me, where's our stimulus check? Well, I'm kind of confused about some kind of a tax credit for those on Social Security that pay income taxes or did pay income taxes. However, this is something that all workers are going to love. You are no longer going to be taxed for overtime or tips. So, which means, how you doing, Nats? Which means that you can now work overtime and you will no longer have to worry about paying taxes on overtime wages or tips. Which is a major, major step in the right direction for so many people who put in that extra time and effort to bring home a little bit extra money. As far as I believe the new incentive for new parents for newborn children in American children born here of $1,000 to be put into a child's trust fund. It's going to be great for parents to save up for the kids' education. I think that's going to be a great thing. But like I said, is there going to be a stimulus check for seniors in this check? Bill, I'm confused. Maybe. Oh, thank you very much, Bradley. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Yes, you are first in many ways. You are first in many ways.
Love you, Michelle.
Oh, yeah, that's on the bill too. The Medicaid. Medicare, I'm sorry, Medicaid, yes, Medicaid, not Medicare, but Medicare, I wouldn't be surprised as part of it too, has been slashed down a bit. Also, the food stamp program changes were in the bill, were passed as well. So, don't expect to get too many more days of Doritos on your food stamps. That's probably not going to be a thing. Let's see here. What do you think, Esty? Huh? Lay on the floor next to me. You wanna come on up? Oh. Yeah, he's still living large. So, I have not spent frivolously any of the money I got in from anyone here from the YouTube. In fact, I am still doing pretty good. I still have $637 in my checking account right now. Yeah, big cat. He's certainly a big cat. Well, I did not play any games online. I did work on The Sims 3 last night. I have things in the game I need to fix. The first thing is I accidentally made my characters Michelle and Lumi's sisters instead of possible spouses. So, yeah, we gotta fix that, but not sure the easiest way to do that. They have a daughter, or Michelle has a daughter. Her name is Michele. She's been in my Sims 3 for a while now. The little tassel head, redhead kid, yeah. So I made the house grande. I mean, underneath a mobile home, a single wide mobile home, is a subcellar, and it easily could be a whole house of its own, a fallout shelter, equipped with its own kitchen, equipped with its own bathroom, and which actually sounds pretty cool when you think about it. What? I'm gonna say for a nice house and yard. Right. Well, that's not a bad idea. Bradley, you've been working extra hard. There should be a possibility for you, especially if we can get the commercial lending rate for mortgages down by quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Michelle secretly loves me the most.
Well, I certainly do say hi to you the most. I do say hi, of course, to Nads and other people. Let's get the panel open, and it is open right now. I didn't turn it back to semi-closed, so let's just make sure to not show it on screen until I change the settings back to invite only to avoid any unsavory people. Let me change that right now before I forget. So trusted. Okay, thank you again.
I hate you.
All right. Thank you. 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 Boom, 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 boom. No, you don't. You don't hate me, Noodles. You really don't. So we have, been doing pretty good financially. We've been finally, at least now, I got enough money for 2 deep cleanings of my teeth, which is a start in the right direction. Good morning, Hammer and Nails. How you doing today? Good morning to you. So, the good news, Hammer and Nails, when you work OT now, you do not have to pay taxes on overtime and tips. That should make you happy, too. Okay, speaking of noodles, there he is right there. Hold on a minute. Let me add one. Go ahead, how you doing?
Hey Michelle, how are you?
Doing right, how
How's
you?
how's my audio?
Your audio is fine.
Okay, awesome. I think I fixed it. Such a pain in the ass, this fucking audio bullshit. But
Well, what it is that you just probably turned on the noise capturing, which helps a lot.
yeah, no, there was something else on my phone that I had to fucking
okay.
But I want to point out that Michelle, the algorithms have picked up again on the verticals. I got 34,000 views on one live stream, Michelle.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I know that we're holding steady at 1,725 people, so we gained a few long-term subscribers, which is good.
Yeah, so Michelle, I've gained over 300 subscribers since the algorithm thing picked up about a week ago. I've been trying to tell you about this. I could possibly be going back up to 1,000 subs a day So, Michelle, you got to go. You got to get back into it. And YouTube sees that, Michelle, and they're constantly emailing me about new things that I could possibly do. They want me to start doing live streams with other YouTubers.
Yeah, collaboratives. Yep. Yeah, you do have that as a feature. Yes, you can do that.
So, are you interested, Michelle, or no?
Probably, maybe. Depends on what. Like I said, I did have something I went to work on with you. Since the weather's gonna be cooling down for in fall, we could go up to the New York place you're talking about. I think that would be interesting.
Because I think I Michelle, so that you can get more subs and more views.
Yeah, well, we're working on it.
No. I'm telling you, I think I can fix it for you. Not you working on anything. You're not going to be able to fix anything. I can fix it for you. You just got to allow me to do it, Michelle.
What do you mean by fix it for me? I mean, like,
okay. So let me come pick you up. We'll go out tonight. We'll go to Times Square. We'll do the verticals, Michelle. We'll do probably maybe 8 of them in a row.
Not
right?
tonight, Noodles. But maybe next week. Can we do it next week? Tonight is also going to be a really crazy night with all of the situations with fireworks going off, drunken drivers on the road, going from celebration to celebration. It's not really a good day to go running outside driving.
Okay. Well, I tried, Michelle. It doesn't matter.
I know, but next week. What's wrong with next week?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Michelle. I kind of got a life, right? And I want to be able to live it, and I have the day off. You know what I mean? And I was kind of hoping that.
Speaking of living your life, what do you feel now that the big beautiful bill finally passed the House and the Senate? It's on the way to Trump's office for signing. The fact is that there will no longer be tax on tips or overtime.
Right, and there will be no more taxes on NFA products like silencers or short-barreled rifles. So if you live in a state where you don't have to, all you got to do is ask for permission, I guess, but you don't have to pay the federal government any money whatsoever, which is amazing.
They also are offering something like up to $40,000 deduction on your SALT, your state and local taxes, and your federal taxes. So you can deduct up to $40,000 your state and local taxes on your federal tax return now.
My problem with this, Michelle, right? My problem with this, and this always happens, is that someone can repeal this in the future.
Yeah, they can.
You get, and I hate to say this, people should realize that taxation is a crime. The IRS is criminal, and we're just used to doing it. They're not gonna. Michelle, this might last for maybe a decade or so. Then once people start accruing money and they realize that they'll tax you for something else.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they come up with a VAT, value-added tax. I wouldn't be surprised if the United States will be the next country to have a VAT. That might be a reality in about a few years, because nobody wants to get away with free revenue forever. Admit, Grizz? Yep. Go ahead, Grizz. How you doing?
Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Noodles.
What's up?
Hey, Michelle. Noodles is right. You really should take advantage of that offer that he's giving you. And this weekend, like tonight, you got people partying. You're going to have people going to the live streams, like he's saying. I mean, if you wait a week, it's not going to be as successful. I mean, tonight's the night. Jump on it, I would suggest.
She doesn't get it, Chris.
Yeah, well, the problem is I still haven't found a kitty sitter for Rusty yet.
Rusty will be fine for 24 hours.
And according to one one pet specialist, they said cats like Rusty's age don't do fine for 24 hours. They can get sick, especially when they're older cats like Rusty.
Yeah, great.
He's used to being in the house.
I'm not going to push it, but I think you really should rethink it.
Oh, like I told Noodles many times in the past, I at least want at least 48 hours heads up notice, and I really didn't get any,
Yeah, but he's offering you an advantage, and sometimes you just got to jump at what's there. I mean, I get, it's nice to plan ahead, but sometimes you just got to just jump in and take advantage of an offer.
Well, Virgos don't usually just do things in a spontaneous moment. We like to plan it.
I understand it's tough to do, but it's cool that he made you that offer.
All right, Nads is coming on. Nads on. Oh, Nads, how you doing?
Hey, Michelle, that's absolutely not true about Rusty. Cats can be fine for days without people.
Well, maybe Rusty can be, but he's also a senior cat too, so I worry
He's
about.
not. That's not that old for a cat, Michelle.
Well, 14 may not be old for a cat, but technically, if you realize that he might live to be about 20, 25.
Listen, that's an excuse, Michelle. Go live your life while you can. Like, I would love to have people, like, begging me to go and do this kind of stuff. This is a great offer. Go and do it. Have fun. Go see fireworks and, I don't know, smile. Listen to some music and sing.
Well, you don't really see fireworks too well in Times Square anyway, because the neon signs and stuff basically wash out all the fireworks.
Well, maybe ask him to take you somewhere to see the fireworks instead.
Well, Michelle, you keep on asking people to help you grow your channel, and they give you these offers, and you reject them so often. And that's fine. I understand where you're coming from. The Asperger's and all the different stuff, the concerns that you have. But these people really are trying to help you.
I know that. But I'm saying is that I told Noodles, I like to have at least 48 hours notice so I can try to prepare for that. And right now it's also tonight's Turtle Wow night as well.
So, what's really frustrating about this, Chris, is if you told me that, or Nads told me that, or whatever, people with responsibilities, I kind of I get it, right? But Michelle doesn't have any responsibilities. Let's be honest. It's just, Michelle, you don't realize you have. I had this conversation.
David asking Marty to you.
Michelle, you have life by the balls, and you don't even realize it, Michelle. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Michelle, let me expound on what Noodles is saying. Noodles has a job. He has commitments. He has stuff that he's got to do on his own that he can't just hop up and drive. And it's kind of hard to plan ahead.
Oh, I know that. I understand that too.
When he gets that opportunity to go on a spur of the moment, it'd be nice if you could be willing to accept these spur of the moment deals every once in a while. Not every single time, but if you could say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I can go ahead this time. Maybe not every time, but sometimes you can't say, you know what? This is a spur of the moment deal that I'm going to make myself do it.
And Michelle, also, maybe do it for, your viewers and your members and stuff. These people are who put money,
Yeah.
who
Michelle,
give you money. Go and give them some content.
Everybody knew it was going to be July 4th, but the problem we We had a couple. Never mind. You know what I'm
Good
saying.
morning, Brain
I think
Dead.
they know, but
You just changed the subject, Michelle.
Michelle, you gonna go
So-
see fireworks today?
no.
No.
Well, you want to blade off some fireworks, Michelle?
No, thank you. I don't want to blow off my hand.
Yeah. So she's deathly afraid of the sounds and the explosions and stuff like that.
Well, not
Oh.
deathly,
Yeah.
but it definitely irritates me.
Hey, Noodles.
Yeah.
Ask Moose about one of our friends that blew his hand off with fireworks a couple years ago. Or ask Moose.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
Wasn't that was someone's kid, right?
yeah, his son.
Fuck yeah, I remember that. That sucks.
What kind of firework takes your whole hand off? Like a mortar shell?
I don't remember. Yeah, it was some kind of mortar one. His son went camping with some friends and stuff, and it blew his hand off. It was pretty wicked.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Hey, y'all have fun with the fireworks, but be safe.
Well, if you could remotely ignite them, that would be the best way. Electrically ignite them.
All right,
Or-
well, Michelle, listen. You know, I think you should at least. So you're afraid of the drunk drivers, right? You're afraid of the fireworks, and you're afraid of the terrorism, right? You think there's going to be a terrorist act or something, or lone wolf tonight or something.
I feel a lot safer around drunk drivers than I do when Michelle's driving truck on the computer.
Right.
That scares the shit out of me.
Okay, so Tiger K's coming on. Go ahead, Tiger K. How you doing? She's not
Are you there,
talking. She's just.
Okay, sorry. Did you tell everyone about your chocolate yogurt?
Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to really go into detail on that. What happened was I bought plain vanilla yogurt instead of vanilla flavored. So, because I was in a hurry, so I ended up. What I did was I decided to just mix some hot cocoa mix in with the yogurt and it's a chocolate yogurt, which actually wasn't half bad.
Oh yeah.
She's created chocolate yogurt.
I would have loved to watch that.
You're gonna make a video on it, I hope, Michelle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be showing the video of the two different ways I've tried.
Maybe you could start a series on making different yogurts.
You know that sounds counterproductive, man. Yogurt is supposed to be probiotic, but then you put that chocolate on there, and that kills the probiotics.
Well, it's not probiotic, but it's just a regular store brand, plain vanilla, low fat yogurt. But
She forgot to get the vanilla, so she got the plain, and she doesn't like plain, so she made it chocolate with some saccharin and cocoa powder.
right. That was the
Do you
first
think,
one I made. Actually, that's the one I
Yogurt,
kind of liked. The
Michelle.
taste of that one. That came out pretty good.
She
A
made it
sweet-
into pudding. She made yogurt into pudding.
Yeah. Was
Do you
it like
think
pudding,
instant coffee
Michelle?
would be alright in there?
So I put in 3. I actually made another variation with 3 hot cocoa packets, including one leftover one from Starbucks, which was pretty interesting because it had marshmallows and chocolate chips in it, and I put that in there, and the second one as a test, and that came out pretty good. And then I had I had the other one with the cocoa powder and the saccharin last night as a snack because it was mostly frozen, and it was pretty good. You know, I got a feeling the Starbucks cocoa in is gonna be being teeth breakers because of the chocolate chips in there. It's gonna be like yike. Be
Yeah,
fine.
be careful with the boulder.
That's
Michelle,
a good
what do you think about Noodles drawing, Michelle?
Oh, Noodles drawing, it's looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, and look at where the gap is, where the wrecking ball is, Michelle. You see, you've got the
Wrecking
wrecking
Yeah, I
ball gap.
see it. Yeah, that's the wrecking ball one. Yep, I see that. That's the tooth that will one day be no more.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, you know that video that you put on Discord about, was it beavers or something like that? You know, that truck stop?
Oh
You know
yeah, the
that?
Bucky's. Yeah.
Yeah, Bucky's. Yeah, that was it. That Bucky's. Maybe you could ask them to put a Bucky's in, kick out Cumbies out of there and put Bucky's on them there.
Well, I think the problem is that Bucky's, at least the smallest one right now, is 30,000 square foot. So if they were to build a Bucky's, I think they probably would need a lot more space than we have in Winston right now on Main Street.
Yeah, Gidgy took us to a Bucky's before on the show.
I mean, they would have to get rid of the Hartford Medical Center and the houses next to it, and the Northwestern Connecticut Community College extension. They'd have to tear that down just to build a Bucky's there because
I'm not sure Winstead's big enough for a Bucky's.
Well, it would definitely make Winstead grow for sure if they put a Bucky's in there.
Isn't that like
oh yeah, they would.
Southwest thing?
Boy, their barbecue sure that meat that they were cooking up and.
But more likely, probably makes sense. Maybe more on Route 8 going to Torrington or on Winstead Road, because I think Route 8 would be probably better because it's gonna have more traffic. I don't have the kind of money to buy a franchise buy as a franchisee. I would be funny if I did. I mean, Bucky's and Winstead, that would be definitely a draw, especially the fact that it's got a fresh deli counter and it's got all kinds of.
So, if you made it big and you got really rich, I would parade you in your Lamborghini outside Cumbies with our middle fingers up, middle fingers raised.
I don't really know how Cumbies would feel about the fact that Bucky's moved into town. I think they'd probably be like throwing their heads up against the wall, especially if they found out who owned it. What?
You're all fired.
I think if somebody has a truck and trailer, we should make a parade float of Michelle. Go by Cumbies.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Sherry
a wonderful.
Jackson, how you doing?
Sherry.
So I didn't buy pizza this week. I bought some regular all beef hot dogs instead. I bought 40 of them suckers and some white bread so I can make hot dogs.
How did you get a box of 40, Michelle? Where did you get them from?
I got them from Market 32 from their ballpark from All Beef Franks.
How much did you pay for 42 ballpark hot dogs?
I don't have the receipt in my hand right now, but
42?
they got them on sale. That's why I bought so many of them, because they were on sale.
I have paid, what, $30 odd in hot dogs?
I think they're like $5 a pack, so figure $5 times 5 packs to make 40 hot dogs. So about 25.
Are you going to freeze?
That's cheap. If you got them that cheap, Michelle, that's bloody good. Hot dogs are a terrible price now.
Yeah, I know they are. Oh, I saw the other prices. I know we had from history originally. Ed used to buy Dutch Meister, which were okay too, but the prices were a lot more expensive. The ballparks were on special. I like ballpark anyway.
Yeah, as long as they're beef.
These are these are not the super long ones. These are like the standard hot dog ones.
These are the chubby ones. They do a chubby one and a long one. You prefer the chubby one?
Yeah, the shorter ones, because I'm putting them on
Yeah.
regular sandwich bread. So yeah, you don't need the super long ones.
Right.
How long will that last you?
Well, let's put it this way: I usually eat 4 hot dogs at a time, and
Woo.
sometimes I have one macaroni and cheese. How about macaroni and cheese too? I didn't buy any pizzas this time. I didn't buy any vanilla ice cream. I just bought the yogurt to replace the ice cream. So, and I did buy some fruits. I bought some bananas and apples and oranges.
Oh, another video of you eating an orange would go down as well, Michelle. Everyone loves your orange videos.
The 2 neighborhoods between mine do a fireworks showdown. Really? That's interesting, Sherry. David, I ordered a lot of stuff from Walmart yesterday too. And I got 637 in my checking account.
Woo!
Oh wow! Developer converting former Winstead healthcare site into 20 to 30 apartments.
Well, they just built that place. That's what I'm saying. I mean, theoretically, but Winstead's already got 2 medical centers. Why do we need 3? I say 3 because I heard that the Veterans Administration wants to take the old Winston Memorial Hospital and turn it into a VA.
So they're saying that work continues Tuesday at the former Laurel Hill Healthcare Facility in Winstead. A developer is looking into turning the building into 20 to 30 apartments, Michelle. Maybe you can sign up to...
Where's the Laurel Hill Health Facility?
At 108 East Lake Street.
East Lake Street. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was an old senior housing medical center. Okay.
Yeah, so they're turning it into apartment buildings, Michelle.
Wow, Michelle, they'll all be renovated.
Yep.
Put your name on a list. Is there a list?
I'm not really interested in living in a place like that. You know what I really want, and I already made it clear from the beginning, so that hasn't changed. I want a little small place of my own where I can live as I want, off grid, simple life.
No, Michelle, it's going to be they're going to be apartments, Michelle. They're turning that place into apartment rentals.
I know that. I heard that. I heard you say
So
that.
Now you're not moving unless you've got some place off grid.
Well, right now, let's put it this way. Until recently, we never had the money to even consider moving anywhere. Now we're starting to get money together now.
You're going to go pick berries and stuff if you live off grid, Michelle? You're going to chop
you want to go to this place, Michelle, and you can see how difficult it would be for you to live off grid.
Why do you leave her there the day? Leave her sod in there the whole day and let her get used to living off grid.
One day.
Michelle, you're telling me.
Oh, find a water source.
Yeah, drop her off, rig up some cameras.
There's content.
Just follow
Michelle,
her.
do you know that they found a dead body in Winstead off of the Mad River near Bridge Street and Main Street?
Also, by the way, speaking of related, another body, Soup Kitchen George passed away. They do not think it was foul play, but they did find him not face down in the water. I wonder maybe.
Yeah, George Mador, 71, was found dead along the Mad River on June 26. Police said he had been missing since May.
Right.
Oh my God! Why are all these people dying in weird situations? Why don't they just die in bed? Why are they all dying strangely in basements, in tents, in rivers?
Homeless.
Well, there was another guy that died, but he was murdered for sure. The other guy was was a Jehovah's Witness zealot that used to go around town and used to scream about how the Jehovah's Witnesses was a true church and all that. He pissed off a lot of people many years ago.
The
And
body
someone
was
decided
found
to
on a
ice him.
riverbank above the Mad River near Bridge Street and Main Street. Michelle lives on Main Street. Police said, pointing out that the apartment complex where he lived and the location where the body was found are less than a mile apart. Mador's immediate family has been notified. Winchester Chief of Police Christopher, this is the guy that doesn't like you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Suki or whatever the
So
hell
did
his
they
name
say
is.
what the cause of death was, though? I'm curious.
They said, I'm reading, the cause of death has not been determined. Police do not believe foul play was involved or that
Right.
the death was suspicious. So maybe it was drugs, Michelle.
Where were you that day?
I think
Michelle?
he probably had a heart attack. I think he probably was just fishing and he probably just had a heart attack. Something like
Maybe.
that. He was well liked in the community, like homeless Mike was for most part.
Oh, that's a shame. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was a decent guy. He was one of the supervisors of the soup kitchen. He was one that everybody liked.
Was he drunk, Michelle?
No,
Druggy?
no, I don't think he was a drinker at all.
Hang on then. So this is very suspect.
He's
Doesn't do drugs.
71.
Doesn't drink.
Well, they had to
Family
think of
member.
is maybe he was fishing and then when he had a heart attack, he fell into the water.
Yeah.
Right,
I
police
just
said
sent
they
this
don't
to
believe
you
there's
right
any
here.
foul play.
Even getting water while it was icy out or something, or trying to get water to cook, maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to put it in general chat, Michelle. Post the link to it.
Yeah.
He was homeless, right?
He looks like a nice lad, nice man, nice old man.
Yeah, he had an apartment he was able to do in the community. He used to
He's
work in
71 years old.
he used to work in a factory.
Little bogey.
He had a good life.
I just fell in. He might have just fell in, Michelle.
Yeah. Was he homeless? Was he homeless?
No, he had an apartment.
Oh, okay. I didn't think he did.
A mile,
Hey,
within a
morning,
mile.
Tiff. How
How
you
many
doing
miles?
today?
A lot of older people like to take walks. You know, maybe he was taking a walk around there.
By
Maybe
the
he
way, what
always
do you think
did
about
something.
the big beautiful bill passed?
Can you explain it to me, Michelle?
I'm not quite sure all the details either. I'll tell you what I do know is that there no longer will be taxes on tips or overtime now. And that
Good.
also Social Security recipients they pay you are paying taxes will no longer have to pay taxes on Social Security revenue or income.
But what I don't understand is, let's say I do overtime, right? Does that mean that my boss is paying for the taxes, or I'm not paying for them? Like, I don't understand, because you eventually have to pay for
Your
the
boss
taxes.
is not paying for the taxes. I mean, he's paying regular business taxes, yes, but he's not going to putting your taxes on your from your time card onto your W-4s or W-2s, whatever.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, you have to pay tax on every penny that you make, right? So you will be paying taxes. It's just that it won't put you in a higher tax bracket. Is that what that is, or?
I think tips are usually taxed more than regular income. So I don't know. Maybe they're just knocking that part off. I'm not really sure though.
They did. They totally got rid of taxes on tip.
100% all the way.
100%. Same thing with overtime.
Huh.
Also, they will pay. Will deduct up to $40,000 in state and local taxes off of your federal tax return, so you can get a refund on your salt taxes up to $40,000. That means
Somebody
your local
said you
property
get it
taxes, your
too. I don't
state
know if
income
that's true.
taxes.
Something doesn't. I don't know. Something sounds weird about it. You know what? I put down 8 hours of overtime last week, and usually my employer would complain about that, but he didn't. Weird. So maybe you're right. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, still for him. I mean, that means that he doesn't have to worry about his accounting department have to worry about paying you separate taxes on your overtime anymore.
Yeah, it was weird because like I remember growing up and people always wanted to work overtime. When I first started working for that company, Michelle, that Raytheon company, I worked I think like 40 hours overtime one week, right? And I get the check and I'm like, "Wait, where's all this money?" I went to my supervisor and he goes, "Well, they tax you because you went into another tax bracket."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, this doesn't make sense. It was like $10 an hour." Like I didn't fucking work that to make $10 an hour. He goes, "Oh, well, you'll see it back at the end of the year with your taxes." Like I don't. That's why I'm not working overtime to get a tax refund. I'm not doing that. Like
That
who the fuck came up with this shit?
sounds
I was
sketchy
working.
to me.
Yeah, I'm working overtime so I could go buy some stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah. It's I don't know how it's I know that people G Mangoes wanted to know what happened about if there's a stimulus check in this, and it sounds like there's something for
What?
besides the childhood tax credit. That's still a thing.
Did
The
she just come up with?
Did she just
$1,000.
say,
Yeah,
Michelle, what are you talking about? Where did you get G Mangoes from?
He used to always ask about if they were going to get a stimulus check.
No, he never. No, he never. Wrong person. It was Carlos. Carlos.
Okay. Well, either way, he I don't know if there's a stimulus
the
check or
weirdest
not in
thing.
this. I heard there might be a stimulus check, but
wait, was Carlos B. Mangoes?
No.
Oh, that's
I think
weird.
probably.
I don't know why
Delete
she got
probably
mixed up
Carlos.
because I didn't even know Michelle knew G Mangoes that well. So I don't know why she came up with his name in the middle of.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Well, I just came up with his name because that's one of the names I seem to remember. I thought it was him. That's all.
I don't think he's ever been to your channel.
I don't. G Mangoes had been to my channel many years ago.
Oh, okay.
We're Rachella, right?
Rachel hasn't been here lately either, but she used to come here too.
Right, but around the same time G Mangoes came here, right?
Yeah, probably around the same time. The thing is that what I'm trying to get at is there may be a tax, there might be a stimulus check. There might be. I'm confused on this because I've heard all kinds of numbers thrown around. So let me tell you what the numbers I do know about. For newborn babies, the government will give you $1,000 that you can use to develop their trust fund for your newborn so they can save up for college or trade school.
The government's giving everyone $1,000 to give to their baby so they can start a saving fund.
Right. Newborn babies. That's part of the big, beautiful bill.
What? Why?
You wanna pay for people's babies?
I'm not paying for other people's babies.
The idea is, I believe, was to
somebody is if the government
to encourage Americans to actually be able to put money aside for the kids.
They're
how
giving
many
these
are
people.
going to do that?
Well, here's the thing, right? I guarantee you, if you don't put it in like a Roth IRA or something like that, and you go to use it, they'll tax the fuck out of you. That money is going back. Is going back into fucking the stock market, fucking all. That's what that is.
Right.
Guaranteed. and the kid could use it when he becomes 18 or she becomes 18
Right.
for either college or probably a house. That's probably the only time they could use it. If they use it
Or
for
a
anything
trade
else,
school.
they'll be taxed. They're going to tax the fuck out of it.
Oh, I still think it's a nice idea.
Well, it's a good way to get people to invest money that will grow for 18 years into the stock market or the economy. I mean, think about it. You're getting, let's say there's 1 million kids born this year, right? And each one of them gets $1,000, and every single kid, that money goes into the fucking stock market, and boom, it's,
And that means that's by the time they're 18, they probably got, each kid probably has like what, $25,000-$30,000.
well, it could be more than that. I mean, they're probably gonna put it in a very aggressive fund, right? And
Right.
depending on how the economy is doing, you can make 80 grand in a year.
Right.
I did.
But remember, they wouldn't be able to touch it until they're 18. So
yeah.
So when you cash out, the question is how much you think you're going to have.
Do you think 18-year-olds are old enough to be cashing out and not blowing it? I mean, I guess they can't, can they?
Well, yeah. So there'll be stipulations with it. Like,
but they can. You can buy a house and then.
You could use it to buy a house. I do know that was one of the options, as well as for education, including trade schools and colleges.
And then once the trade schools and colleges realize that this is what the future is, the price of that shit is going to skyrocket. Guaranteed.
Just get government out of the way and let parents raise the kids as they should and be financially responsible on their own without tax credits or anything else. I mean, I grew up and I didn't get tax credits and all that shit for my children. What is this crap?
Well, you know what it is? I'm all down for grants. Like, if you want to give people an opportunity to go to school, give it to them in grants. Don't ever expect them to fucking pay it back. And that why are they putting all these young people into fucking debt? Like, you're talking like brand new human beings, like 18 years old. You're throwing them into fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt. That's insane.
The problem with the grants, though, and all the government giveaways, that drives up the grants end up driving up the cost of colleges and stuff, and universities. Two of my brothers went to school, went to universities, got their degrees and stuff, and they did it all on their own without grants because there wasn't hardly any grants available. They did it on their own. They worked their way through school. People could afford it. Government started saying, "Oh, we're going to make it easier for you," and all they did was make it harder by driving up the cost of tuition now.
Right. That's like doctors. Like the insurance companies did that with the medical industry.
Yeah,
as soon as insurance got involved, everyone's insurance company was getting ripped off for top dollar, and everyone had to pay that.
Exactly. So get government out of the way. If you want to make things affordable, get government out of the way and let the people figure out how they're going to resolve their own issues. Don't let government resolve our issues. They mess it up every single time.
Well, I don't know what's the best answer. I mean, for example, Trump would like to see Jerome Powell resign from the Federal Reserve, too, because he thinks he's doing a terrible job of trying to control interest rates. And I kind of wonder if that's true. But the childhood tax credits for parents were also renewed as well for those parents who file for taxes. Like I told Kristen Ray, they should have filed for taxes, even though they were just on disability, because then they could have had a child tax credit for their daughter a couple of years ago. And I still think that even if you're parents with dependent children, you should still do it. It ain't gonna hurt you any. David said we scared the F out of YouTube. They finally contacted me on X about the video they illegally removed from my channel. They wanted me to send them the link to it so they could have a look at it.
So
Okay.
Michelle, I've been getting a lot of shit from YouTube. I'm gonna tell you something right now. They're supposedly going after, because of that lawsuit that's going on. They're going after anyone who's using anyone else's content.
Oh yeah, it's called plagiarism, and they should
Yeah,
be.
but no, I don't know about that. Like, what about news agencies? News agencies have to play clips, stuff like that to, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I'm saying is I think you could say that also goes under the copyright too, because it kind of does. Because technically, any news story is actually copyrighted by the news agency that did it, and it's also going to affect people who do reaction videos too. Because unless the person that the content you're reacting to wants you to do it, they're going to be like, they can still strike you on an individual basis.
What about if someone records you, puts a clip up, and they edit it and everything like that? Are they allowed to do that?
No. See, now that's if someone records you without your knowledge.
No. Let's say you broadcast, and I take a clip of this, right, and edit it to make it look like I put music behind it. I turn it into a video. Am I allowed to do that?
Well, you see, the problem is YouTube doesn't really know what to do with fair use right now. That's the problem. Well, that would be under fair use. And YouTube is so behind the eight ball when it comes to fair use that I would say you got to be careful. I would just do is make sure if you can reach out to the original content creator and ask him for permission ahead of time. That way they can't strike you, because it's going to be up to the individuals to copyright strike you, and that's been a way now for a long time. A lot of my content is out there is about me as I could technically, if I really wanted to be a real beast, I could go out there and copyright strike everyone for using it, but I'm not going to do that. It's just not worth it for me in putting a bad face on my content. So I mean,
yo, you going to the beach? You going to the beach? Oh, all right. You want to say hello to Michelle?
Hi, how you doing?
Nope. What happened? Where?
It's a rash?
Where?
Right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the beach virus.
Yeah. Oh.
Life's a beach when a virus wants to eat your flesh. Yes.
Really high?
I don't know. No, I can feel them raised.
Over your nose.
That I've always had, but these are scratches. I didn't even fucking
Where did
notice
we
that.
come up on all these strange viruses that want to eat us? You got brain-eating amoebas. You got flesh-eating viruses.
Do they look like claw marks? Maybe it was wishbone. Sorry, Michelle. Do they look like claw marks? I can feel them. They look like individual claw marks.
Yeah, I figured like whoever the girl that's ripping off your clothes. That's when you start getting beat up by girls, like your clothes start getting ripped and you get like these errant scratches on your.
That's so weird. I didn't notice that this morning. I fell asleep in the car last night.
Maybe some kind of Velcro or something to do that? Kind of fabric?
Okay.
Oh, you know
that sounds
what?
interesting.
It might have been
Bradley.
from fucking insulation. That's weird. Michelle, look at this. Wait, hold on. I got all scratched up on the side of my face. Oh, no, it's just a little scratch.
I see it.
Wow.
What is that?
I don't know. What, did you rub against anything sharp?
I don't know.
Are you something rough, like it looks like Velcro?
Yes,
Or
David, I know all about that. The AI. And the thing is, you're right. I think what's going to happen is with their AI system now, also on Google itself, it's going to just basically farm out the information from other channels just to feed its AI database, so you don't have to go watching content on other people's channels to get the information. Sometimes I'll use the AI content information to help me solve problems, but yeah, depending on the channel where it's coming from, the information may or may not be very accurate. I did notice that. Oh yeah, a lot of commercials are AI. Save money and production costs. Absolutely. I don't know about that. Sleep paralysis, got noodles.
No, I think he's coming down with AIDS.
Nah, it's a scratch.
It's like, yeah. Michelle, put the panel up quickly. Michelle, show the panel quick.
I am.
He hasn't ever looked any better. Damn, you look good, Noodles.
I don't like you with hair.
Right? It's gay. Right?
Yeah, it looks horrible.
I mean, not that style hair, but
Right? Doesn't he look better bald?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I do not like you with hair. You look really gay.
I don't either, yeah. He looks like that Peter, what the fuck's that guy's name? Peter,
Griffin?
But I'm saying this is still, it's really weird that we have all these bacteria and amoeba that seem to want to eat us. That's the part of it that surprises
Michelle,
me.
everything on planet Earth wants to destroy you. I don't know if you know that. Trees want to fall on top of you. Rocks want to fall over on top of you. Ants want to eat you. Worms want to eat you. They're just waiting for you to die, Michelle.
Why have you got that wig in your car?
I think he's trying to compete with Bradley with the hair.
So really, why I did this was when I was getting swatted back in the day, I would go to these locations and people would report me. They would describe me to the police. So what I would do is as soon as I get in my car, I'd put the wig on and drive around. I would never get pulled over.
Oh, good.
Yeah, as long as that go by your license plate number.
Yeah, but they would be looking for a bald man, not bald. I got a lot of hair. A lot of hair. The police actually told me to do this.
Yeah. Why did you get a mullet?
Because it was like $3 at the party store.
Speaking of weird stuff going on, a lot of people have been talking about this thing called, well, I forgot what to call it, but I'll tell you what it's about. As you know, a lot of games now, especially are stored online on servers. So people who buy subscriptions for games, for example, like WoW, World of Warcraft, for example, because I'm familiar with WoW, but there are other games, Grand Theft Auto as well, they're upset that they actually bought the game, but the game requires the server to run. And they're like, a company can delete the server anytime they want. And people are like really, really kind of angry. Stop. So anyway, so there's a petition going on in multiple countries to demand that if they decide that they want to delete a server, you paying for a game, that they want to make the game remotely playable directly on your computer. For example, for World of Warcraft, they would have to.
What a piece of shit.
Did you write press on the side of that?
Yeah,
no, someone else wrote it. Oh. Hell yeah.
Well, welcome to the people on Kick. Even though it's just a bot, but welcome bot to the channel.
Michelle, how you been doing on Rumble?
So anyway, so the idea is there's this petition to demand that these companies, especially in the European Union, they're actually demanding it too, that when you buy for a game, you buy a
Michelle,
game.
how are you doing on Rumble?
I'm doing okay on Rumble.
I forgot to go in Rumble this morning.
I mean, we're also doing pretty good on Kick as well and on Twitch right now. Our Twitch viewership
And you show poop on Rumble.
is so. The point I'm trying to get at, and I'll make this quick, is people want the games to be able to be played. They bought even if the server goes down. So that would mean like some games would have to provide the necessary code for the customer so they can play the game offline. Which
Can we make an MMD game? Is that possible?
So that means like if you play Turtle, if you play Retail WoW and the Retail WoW, or like Seasons Discovery is being retired, Seasons Discovery would have to give you the necessary software to allow you to play your Seasons of Discovery game offline.
Do we have any mobile game designers in the chat that could help
I
us?
think Brian K was working on something. I don't know what happened to that.
Oh, really?
Where's he been?
Let's
He's
see.
been MIA for.
Rusty wants attention right now. Let's go give the furball some sweets attention.
What would you do in the game?
Big cat.
Maybe.
She would have to go out and get cheese.
Yeah.
And make it back across a busy road.
Oh, so like a Frogger type thing?
We could do a climbing down the steps to get to the bottom of the steps of the apartment, crossing the busy road, seeing if she can sneak into Cumbies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sneak into Cumbies, steal some cheese and pizza.
Thank you very much.
Hope you have a good 4th
And
of
sneak
July,
back
Michelle.
across the road and back into the
Firework.
apartment. That would be a great game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
fight.
you got, like,
I'm going to
Frogger,
talk
you
to
can
Brian.
Did he fight Jimmy?
No.
Yeah, we could have a Jimmy.
Yeah, you have to kick his ass.
Yeah, you could have a little fight with the landlord on the way back in your house.
Yeah, you've got to get through Jimmy and Krista. Get to the stairs and right.
I think this is a solid plan.
Downstairs.
Yes, I did comb his fur last night, so. And you can bet he had a lot on his hairbrush.
Did he? I bet he feels better today.
He's got
How
a
many
very
pounds
thick
did he
coat of fur.
lose?
Big kitty cat.
I can't see him. Why can't I see him?
So yeah, Rumble's doing pretty good right now. But I noticed one thing with Rumble, there's no chat replay. I guess that could be a good thing. So but then it could also kind of suck too, because people can't know what the person on Rumble said when the show was live. The man says it gives him a reason to watch the show live.
Can you see it now, Dad? I've made Michelle bigger.
Yeah.
It was my fault.
Oh.
But yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with this BBB, big beautiful bill thing, as far as for people on fixed incomes. I don't know. I know that there's also changes on Medicaid. There's changes on food stamps in there. RFK encouraged some of the changes on food stamps, wanting people to have healthier choices.
Well, it's interesting to know how it affects you personally, how it affects me personally, how it affects everyone personally.
Well, over 40 million people in the United States get food stamps, so it affects 40 million people. And obviously, those on Medicaid, which is also a very large portion of Americans, are going to be affected too with the cuts to Medicaid.
Well,
So they can take away people's food stamps that are on disability. They can take away yours.
I think the food stamp changes are for more of those for able-bodied people without dependent children. So same thing with the
people
Section 8
like
rules.
Slingshot Warrior, able-bodied
bird-
without kids.
like
Slingshot
bird.
Warrior,
Like birds.
like Bergs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's no reason why they can't be working.
Wait, Berg is on disability?
No,
For real?
he gets Medicaid or something.
Holy shit. Like full disability?
No, he gets like Medicaid or something. I don't know, like Medicare, Medicaid.
Oh.
He was bitching about it the other night, so definitely.
Oh yeah, speaking of World of Warcraft, people are really upset with now how the World of Warcraft has gone woke in the game. Now you have characters that are like in wheelchairs and eyeglasses and gay couples and okay, look, I'm gonna see what I don't mind the gay couple thing. It doesn't bother me. But you gotta people in World of Warcraft have the ability to heal. I don't think they need to worry about wheelchairs for long-term things.
Oh, I agree, Michelle. Do you know, also, I was looking on the Walmart yesterday and browsing through, and they've got people in wheelchairs now advertising shit. And disabled people advertising shit, Down syndrome, everything there. Like,
I don't
why?
even make sense. Why do we keep fucking like glorifying the people that are like a small percentage of?
Now,
the
someday
population?
you're going to start seeing wheelchair people with billboards in the
There was
back
a
of the chair
wheelchair
saying,
woman advertising a pair of pajamas. Now, I need to see what they look like standing up. I'm just sitting down is no good. I need to see how they hang.
It's like back in the day with like the whole freak show thing. Like everyone wanted to see those freak shows. Now everyone's like, "Oh, that's bad. That's bad." Now we just want them in advertising.
oh, yes, by the way, Tiger Kitty, that woman there you talked about with the two souls, she was a fake. She was a fraud. It was all BS. She wasn't
What
What do
legit.
you mean? Why? How?
But it makes sense. It seemed very fake to us. Like, why would you be gone from your body for 5 years?
Oh my God. So I found somebody who also has another soul in her body. And I
Right.
sent it to Michelle, and Michelle was all over it. And now she's decided she's a fake. You're not the only one, Michelle. There's other people.
I'm not the one who said she's a fake. Actually, it was a psychiatrist that said it seemed like she was a fake.
Well,
So, I don't know.
so
Maybe
basically, anyone that says it other than you is faking. Is that what's happening?
well, it's because of the backstory of the two women in the same body seem to be kind of sketchy, putting it bluntly.
Yes.
For example, when you're gone from your body for 5 years, who took care of everyday things like signing bills and paying bills, paying rent, signing your checks? Somebody obviously did that.
Well, the other one took over.
Are you saying that Anika did all that? And then if she did that, then how did she forge your signature?
These are all very good questions.
How does Lumi help you out? It's the same thing. She just takes over. You said it. Sometimes I just let her take over.
No, I never let Lumi take over like that. Not for that kind of stuff. No, Michelle has never been away from her body for 5 years. Oh my God, that would be ridiculously scary. I don't
But
even want
you
to
have
try
been
to
away
be
from your
Michelle.
body, Michelle. You have been away from it.
Is Noodles pissing on that bush? He keeps on squirt, 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 squirt.
No, dude, look, these bushes got fungus on them, so I'm spraying vinegar all over them.
Vinegar.
Yeah. Hopefully kill this fungus that's on these fucking things. I didn't spell it like that.
Was that John?
Yeah.
I know I saw a video on uranium glass. One of my recommended videos. I wasn't really interested, so I just flew by it. But there was a question if you could easily identify uranium glass just by look. Good morning, Krista. How you doing today? Good
Krista.
morning. Oh, wrong button, Michelle.
Michelle, I'd like to see you talk to that other person and compare what's going on.
Yeah, maybe call that person out publicly, Michelle.
Yeah, or that would work too.
You mean you talking about the person that says they have 2 souls, 1 body?
Yeah.
Well, like I
Yeah.
said, there was another channel that called them out. I could certainly
what do you
talk
think?
about them too.
You can make a
Because
video.
the show that they were featured on didn't get back to me yet. So I don't know if they're going to. It'd be interesting if they do. Okay, Bradley, I will take it with your opinion because I don't know any way to tell. But I'm not really in that kind of collections anyway. But
what do you like to collect, Michelle?
I like to collect technology. Just like my late aunt used to collect historical things from the 17th, 18th, and 19th century.
Right.
I wonder where all that is. That's probably worth a few quid now.
Oh yeah. Her whole house was a museum. She was in the part of the East Heartland Historical Society, which I didn't know that. But like I said, I grew up with all this old technology, and then I have another aunt that collects antiques too. So it makes sense that I'm a pack rat because the whole family's pack rats. My dad used to collect all kinds of wood material. I mean, like he had black forest wood and antique and oak and maple pieces, and oh my god, my dad had all kinds of wood, mahogany. Jeez. My dad was a woodworker with good taste, putting it bluntly. So my whole family was pack rats, and we usually do. We actually make the stuff work. We don't just simply let the things sit on our desks or look. Well, some of my aunt did. My aunt never used that old grocery store coffee mill. I wonder if she would. If she liked coffee, she probably would. Realize put the beans in, turn the crank, and this big gargantuan thing, and the coffee grounds go at the bottom, and she'd say, "Yep, and my coffee for today's coffee." Yeah, but she's not a coffee drinker, so.
Wonder what happened to that old coffee machine.
I don't know. I think it's still in the family after she passed on. The whole house, I'm sure, has kept passed on to other members of the family. Scores millions. Oh my god, that house is huge. It's one of the only houses in our building that only has 1 kitchen. But 2, if you consider her mother's mother-in-law's apartment on it, she had 2 kitchens in that house.
Your cousins are rich, then, Michelle. You need to go get hold of these cousins.
Oh, yes, they're rich. They also own Dalene Flooring, too. Definitely rich.
Yeah, and you're sitting there with a crappy floor.
Well, unfortunately, Jimmy, I mean, this
I
crappy
might ring
floor
him.
isn't
Would
my
you be mad
floor,
if I
so.
rang them
In Cockroach Paradise.
and asked them if they would see if they could help you out on your kitchen floor?
Well, right now, actually, like I said, Stan showed me another house picture, a big farmhouse in upstate New York, and I said nicely, Stan, I said, that looks a lot bigger than the one for person for one body. Maybe if you had a couple friends that went in with you. But I mean, it was like a large farmhouse in upstate New York that needed a little bit of love. But I'm like, no, for one person, that's just too big. I got a chance to see a picture of Green Thing. She's cute for an older lady. She has a beautiful sheepdog too.
I think we should get your DNA in on that DNA website. People will be contacting you, trying to find long lost relatives.
No.
Tired of
You
this.
never know who you're related to, Michelle.
Syndrome.
Well, I mean, I think I would have to get in contact with the Mormons because they're the ones that are really doing most of the DNA stuff in our family histories.
You got to contact Mormons to get your DNA checked out.
Well, 23andMe would do that, but
well, Ancestry is better.
Ancestry.com is run by the Mormon Church.
Oh, is it? It's great. It's much better than that other one.
Well, 23andMe only just gives you information, but you can put that information with Ancestry.com. Hi, Galaxy Eyes. How you doing? Happy 4th of July. What was it? Was a fire yesterday in Los Angeles again? You guys are burning again? They had a major fire in Los Angeles. 340,000 people were displaced again. No, 340,000 acres were burned again. What is it with your city? It sounds like it's always on fire. Maybe. Fireworks are just stupid people. Probably. I don't know why. It didn't even get any press in Fox News. I looked. There was an independent news reporter that reported the story. It's in our news section. You can look it up.
Wait, what happened?
Oh yeah. By the way, governors and mayors are preparing for more protests. Also, the new Trump alligator Alcatraz opened up in Florida. They start receiving the first inmates.
You have a protest in Winstead, Michelle?
I've never seen one.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it could never happen. I just haven't seen one yet.
I haven't seen one except for I went to Cincinnati like a month or two ago, and there was a bunch of rainbow crap in the road. I had to walk around it.
Oh. Yeah, speaking of the rainbow, once I love those rainbow sidewalks. I saw them up in Great Barrington. They're kind of funky.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No.
I didn't mind it. I thought they're kind of cute, but expensive. And now retail WoW is going gay. I was not too sure how
Retail WoW is going gay.
Retail WoW is going gay, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't understand that.
Gay about it, Michelle.
Retail WoW is a mess anyway. I don't.
You nearly saw.
The game is so confusing because it's layers on crap on crap on crap on crap, and you can't even tell anything about what parts of the arc you're supposed to be playing Because you could
Yeah,
be
but what
playing Burning Crusade, and next thing you know, you're doing Shadowland quests, and then all of a sudden you're going back to, like it was Warcraft Within or something like that quests and other orcs, and it's like it confuses the players. And a seasoned player decided to create a brand new character. His name is a mage he called him Mike the Mage. And he said he couldn't even really play the retail WoW. He said it was just too darn impossible. Carmen complained about the same thing. She was like, she played retail WoW. She said, I don't know what quest we're supposed to do. I'm like, Michelle, what was this quest for? What is this quest for? Why are we doing this quest? Why are you showing me 15,000 quests for this game? I haven't even figured out. Why are you showing me all these blurbs coming up about go here to trading post? What is the? I'm like,
So
I have
what's
no
gay
idea.
about the new one, or what's gay about it now? How is it gayed up?
And now the new game, the new cinematic shows a gay couple and they're fighting and they're okay. Well, like I said, I don't mind same-sex marriage. That doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is that just the way some of the stuff is being portrayed in the game is just stupid.
Can you keep lube in your inventory in it?
I wouldn't be surprised if they have lube in their inventory. After all, they have something called oil of luff, but that's more of a defensive weapon.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you could use it as KY jelly if you really had to. Probably. Thank you for the follow, little people and kick there. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't need homos mixed in with me killing stuff. Like, I don't see the point. I don't understand why everything has to pander to some nonsense.
It doesn't, because if you go back to the early history when the gay rights movement started in 1969 in Stonewall, all the gay people wanted to be able to do was to be treated like normal everyday people, which is fine. It's when you started getting into the other side of the LGBTQ plus whatever the letters are, that's when things get mixed up, because the lesbians and gays, they got what they wanted in the 1980s. They finally were mainstream. They finally were respected. They finally had equal rights to marriage. They finally had all that. They were happy. But now you got this transgender and the queer and the other stuff, and all of a sudden you got into the furries and child stuff, and oh my god. And gay and drag queen story hour. What? Why do you need a drag queen story hour? What's the point? What was the point?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
No, that makes no sense.
And anybody that would take their kids to one of those things probably shouldn't be parents.
But
unfortunately, you don't get a choice in the matter if you're a parent or not. You usually
take your kids to the drag queens, though. You take them to pantomimes.
Take them and throw tomatoes.
And there's usually the wicked sisters are men dressed up as women. And I don't know. Do you have pantomimes in America? We do it in England. Like near Christmas, you take somebody to the theatre. It's usually gay people playing women.
Right. But I mean, the thing is with the drag queens is a lot of them are not fully vetted to make sure they're not really pedos in disguise, and that's where the problem starts.
Ooh.
There's a trans guy / girl that goes live on here, and it looks like Michael Jackson.
I don't think because you're trans or anything that would make you any more of a pedo than anybody else.
Yeah, but the LGBTQ plus movement is so vast. It's not just lesbians, gay, bisexual anymore. It's so many other things. Intersex, I guess, is kind of, you can put in
It's not a
the
coincidence that
LGB, but transgender, maybe. But furries, drag queens, I don't know.
I certainly don't look at drag queens and think pedo. I don't at all.
I don't think
They're
it's a
just
coincidence that so
they're
many
just
of them people
weird.
get caught up for pedophile stuff. I think they're further down the sexual
And
rabbit
trans.
hole than the
No, I
rest of
don't think they do. Do they? What, trans people? There's more trans people arrested for kiddie whatever than there are non-trans people.
I don't know. Maybe not, but I keep seeing this stuff. I don't know. Maybe not.
I think where the biggest problem lies isn't the trans people or the gays or any of it. The real problem is, even though that I can be accepting of these people, that doesn't mean that I have to teach my children that this is normal behavior. And that's the whole issue, is they're trying to say that this is normal behavior when it's not.
There's deviancy.
But if
A lot of it is deviancy.
If you had a boy and your boy started feeling that way, you'd love him anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I wouldn't put stress on him either, though.
I would love him anyway, but I wouldn't.
But you might be asking the child, the question is, why do you feel that way? I know, I was a parent, I would ask my child, why do you feel that way?
I wouldn't be teaching my child that it's normal behavior. I'd love him anyway, but I would still let him know that it's not normal behavior.
You can be a feminine male and not try to be a female, I think, you know?
Well, then you're getting confused. But
I think the problem is a lot of it's being pushed on these kids. Even kids that normally don't think about it are being indoctrinated into this, and that's where it's kind of suspect, you know? I mean, kids that are happy with the sex that they're born as are being indoctrinated into this, and they're not. And so now it's cool to feel like you're the wrong sex. Right. First of all,
it's a trend.
I get that.
I mean, if you're happy being a boy, I have no problem with you being a boy. If you're happy being a girl, I have no problem with you being a girl. If you're a boy and you want to be a girl, I'm going to be asking you as a parent is why. And if I'm finding out because everybody says it's cool, I'll say, well, how do you really feel? And I'm going to ask him that tough question. And is it you just doing it just because it's cool, or do you really feel it's legitimate feelings?
Since when does how you feel change who you actually are? Is the thing. Like, I don't understand the trans stuff at all, to be honest. If I want,
it's expensive. It's physically like painful.
That's what it is. Imagine.
And never mind the fact that you automatically have removed yourself from the breeding population, because once you get the big snip, you're not going to have babies as the opposite sex. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't get why anyone would cut their bits off, because then they're ruining their orgasmic stuff. I don't. Silly.
There's stuff about myself I don't like, but like, I can't just say that it's not true and it not be true anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we all have stuff that we wish it was different, but it doesn't mean like you can just.
Oh yeah. What you talked about with that one person in Disney World, that guy was a creep anyway. Oh my god.
You know what the fuck? What are you doing?
But you know what, though? I will say one thing. I mean, I'm not the kind of parent that would throw my kid to the wolves if they said they wanted to be the opposite sex. I would probably be more willing to ask the tougher questions that parents are not actually asking. Is
like what?
Where did the kid come up with the idea that they're not the right sex? I mean, I would ask the kid, why do you feel that way?
Well, how did you come up with the idea?
because I always felt deep down that something was wrong because the fact is my body was built different.
Yeah, I guess that's different.
See,
know,
my
there was,
situation was my body's built different.
There was a guy on Oprah a long time ago, like in the 90s. I think it was 2000 actually. His mother raised him as a woman based on, I think he was intersex too, Michelle. And
Yeah.
it took him a while to come out as man. So in the early 2000s, this was like a big deal, but it was an intersex person. 4 years after the interview, he killed himself because of depression. So I kind of feel like these people are just naturally depressed, and people want to help others not be depressed, and I don't think it's going to help you at all.
Well, that's why I believe that mental health is still an important thing, and I did call that therapist's office.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but obviously it was after hours, and they weren't open, and that probably might get back to me on Monday. But the thing is that I'm looking forward to seeing what she's got to say, if she's any openings for telehealth, because I think it would be good. And I think that mental health support services are something that we need to have more of in this country. And I will continue to believe in that until the day I croak. Because
it should be free, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, you should be free to be honest, but you also need to be able to get the help you need if you need help. It's just like when you go to it's just like when you were, let me rip my ears. It's a little sore here. I hate when my ear gets that way. Oh, pinch. It's the headphones just squashing my ears. But what I'm saying is like when you are okay. Mental health is just like when you go to the dentist. If you can get the health, like when you go to the dentist for your routine cleanings and checkups, it saves you from major calamities down the road. Mental health should be treated the same way. Is just like a regular routine checkup. You know, how you doing? How's your life going? You know, you having any emotional issues? Are you struggling with anything? If you catch it early enough before it becomes a full-blown psychosis, you can probably treat the problem sooner and better. And I still feel it's important.
Well, that's why you're getting help.
Shut up, Wishbone.
Yeah. I'm making my ears a full massage. Oh, yeah. Itch. Oh. See, I redid the glue on the ears last night because the ears were falling off. And so, okay. So I'm just trying to say is that I think that we need to have more mental health support. You know, early intervention mental health support, just like you do in dentistry, right? If think about this, if I had money to get a proper dentistry, I could have foregone a lot of problems early on and not have gotten to the point where I am now. If I had the ability to gotten care, it would have saved me money in the long term. No, I know that. I get that. Okay, I get that. That's why we're not doing any kind of procedure like that. It's just plain stupid. Besides, the old tiny bump is mine, and that's not Michelle's, and I don't want to cut mine off. There's nothing really there. It's just a bump. It's just a bump. Yeah.
Male bump. Tiny male bump.
We are not cutting no bumps or lumps off unnecessarily.
No, I'm just like Hebrew National hot dogs, 100% pure, 100% kosher, and that's fine with me. Love the body you're in. Love the body you're in. Love the skin you're in. Because it's the only skin you got in this incarnation.
Yep, that's right.
I see my body as a rental. So, when I'm done and I surrender this body for my next life, I think God would really appreciate that I give it back in as best condition as I can. Yeah, the detail department's going to have to work on the teeth and all that later on. But they don't recycle the body like that, Michelle. They just put the equivalent of the body through the recycling process. True. But it shows that God that you're willing to respect the body you have for this time on earth.
I'm going to Silver Moon, Michelle. I've decided.
Yeah, that's a good place to go. There certainly will be a lot of interesting skills for you in Silver Moon. I don't know what your interests are, but like there definitely is going to be.
I'll see. I mean, if I don't like it, do I get the option to go?
Yeah, you get an option to go. When you go home, you work on your next life goal, your next life chart. That's when you can decide. Oh, you just did it in advance. But most people don't do that. They don't write the life chart in the current lives. They usually write it after they pass away, and then they fill out the life chart for the next life. But we did it ahead of time. So, yeah, well, it's going to be interesting for us. I don't know how.
I'm not sure how I put my name down, but I'd like to put my name down.
Yeah, you just talk to your spirit guide. Whoever they may be. I don't know who your spirit guide is, so you have to find out who they are.
Idea.
Michelle, is there a heaven and a silver moon, or is silver moon like what you think heaven is?
Oh, it is. It is actually. It's another place after heaven. It's another incarnation.
How long do you?
It's not on Earth though. It's in another dimensional plane. It's not another planet, another
dimension. How long
dimension.
does heaven stay?
How long does heaven have a day?
How long does it stay? How long you got to stay in heaven before you go to Silver Moon?
You can stay in heaven as long as you want before you go to Silver Moon, because heaven doesn't have an end of day. It's infinite time. And there's a lot of people who do that. They all spend, an Earth concept of days and time doesn't apply to heaven. So theoretically, if you want to use some of the concept like regarding human time that we understand, you could be in heaven for thousands of years. You could be in heaven for 2 years. You could be in heaven for a year before you
be in heaven
again.
for like 1 minute.
Sure.
Nice.
If you can, because it depends on how long it takes you to get done with your intake and your debriefing. Because what you do is you and your spirit guide will go through the intake department and they're going to review your life chart for this life and say, did you learn what you wanted to learn? Do you think of things you need to finish learning? You've always got the chance to go back and relearn either on Earth or another place to improve on the skills that you may have messed up on. And that's absolutely
I feel like Silver Moon would be way more entertaining than heaven.
Well, that's actually what life is. Life is a living classroom. So, yeah, but you can also do the equivalent of correspondence courses if you want. So you can learn in the classroom in the heaven and try to improve on the skills based on textbooks. But some people just insist on doing hands-on. I prefer hands-on. Maybe you will, David S. All right, now let me go find my way to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Everybody get up and get you some snacks.
Refreshments. Tiddles.
Yep.
There he goes. You're not working today. Is it a holiday?
Yep. 3-day weekend. I keep telling myself I'm going to go do something, but I haven't yet.
I know. Well, yesterday I baked. You saw my lovely baked goods.
Yeah.
I tried the oil one yesterday. I will try the butter today.
want to try some of that.
Like liquid gold. But you will try some. You will.
So you think heaven is probably just like a party with no drugs and alcohol?
I don't believe in any of it. Okay, I believe you drop dead and that's it.
You're
You're
done.
gone. Then
R.I.P.
and then within 100 years, not even 100, after you die, within about 30, 40 years, no bugger knows who the hell you were.
Yeah,
No
you
one
gotta-
remembers you. You're just a distant memory. You're a blob that nobody
agree.
knows. So
Yeah.
Unless you like
That's
really
true.
put
Sorry.
your foot on time, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't take long before your grandkids are like, what was blah blah like? Oh, I never met them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same
Like,
page.
Hello,
it's like
Gaming
our
Theory. How you doing
my
today?
great grandmother. Who was she?
By the way,
we
did
knew.
Galaxy Gaming Fairy Turtle Wow tonight at 7 o'clock usual time?
I don't even know my great grandparents' names.
I do because I did the ancestry thing, but
Well, yeah, if you would have done, would he know?
I don't know.
Don't do the ancestry thing. Don't do those. You're giving up your whole family for like crimes if they do.
Yeah, your
crimes.
uncle's about to
Yeah,
get
I'm all right doing that. That's my.
Well, that's maybe that's why most people don't stay in heaven very long.
I had to practically give everything to come here anyway myself. So
I've
I've
seen
had
a
my
couple
eyes
of them.
scanned.
Right.
I've seen a couple of them where like a 80-year-old man will go to jail for something that happened 20 years ago
Yeah,
after that
good.
stuff.
Good. Let's call that serial killer. The Long Island serial killer and another
Isn't that
one.
crazy?
Another.
Can you imagine getting away with that stuff?
Excellent,
all those
Galaxy
years
Eyes.
and then boom. Hey,
Yeah.
granddad's a serial killer. He's been.
We still need to get 2 more people for the guild. I still got to find 2 more people to sign up for the guild. So I was thinking about checking, see people in Dornassus area might be interested because that's also the night elf starting zone.
We got to do more quests, Michelle. Last time it was 3.5 hours and we did 1 quest.
Yeah, I know.
We got to get on them quests. We got to go. We got to go and get on them.
Oh yeah, we got some quests we got to finish. Absolutely.
I need to complete them quests.
So do I. I gotta get my quest log emptied because it's getting to be kind of full again.
Yes, Hammer. Do that immediately. Me and Hammer are going to start a real estate company in Silver Moon and probably be the best moguls you've ever seen.
That might be a very big thing because the Silver Moon I see is developing up as to be a very large entertainment area. A lot of artistic and magic training areas, schools and magic training, as well as artistry.
I'm gonna have Galaxy run a fake horse. What do you call it? A stable. It's gonna be her job. Me and Hammer are gonna own all the estate.
Should probably be training Hawkstriders actually.
Oh, there you go.
However, I definitely want to save up my gold for a horse. I want to see my elf ears go boink and bouncy when I'm riding. Boink, boink, boink.
How much is a horse?
Yeah, I want to get a horse.
How
I
much
got
is a
a
horse?
turtle now, but I want to get a horse.
Hey, I've been watching that Asmongold show. I think he's quite funny.
and it's quite expensive too.
No, I've been watching that. Is it Asmund Gold? Who
Asmund
plays
Gold, yeah.
Wild? Yeah, he's hilarious.
Lately, he's been doing more political,
Yeah.
opinion editorial pieces, but
I've
yeah,
been watching his old stuff.
yeah. Well, he's got plenty of that on YouTube and Twitch. Absolutely.
I'll be there, Hammer or Rambo. I meant to say.
There probably is something similar to a gold moon. There probably is. Why not? I mean, as I
Gold
said,
moon's like
anything that exists somewhere in the dimensional plane. So yeah.
Gold Moon's like the VIP version of Silver Moon.
Tiger, did you see the story about the weather?
Yeah.
Who knows? Gold moon might even have prostitution too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Gold Moon pimp.
Yeah, I might go to Gold Moon.
Maybe the scourge and gold moon prostitutes that have been, shall I say, deflowered. Yeah.
Those winches have been run through, Michelle.
Yeah.
The cat's about to vomit. Got his tongue out. He's doing the.
Cat hairball time.
Yeah, come on, boy, you can do it. Oh, he looks like he's dying. Do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They do that.
Oh boy.
And then you have to take the stuff off the floor, which is no fun.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He did it on my outside rug, so I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah, cats do that. It's weird when they do that. I never seen humans do that. Cough up hairballs. We're not set up for it. I know we're not. Unfortunately, that is reality. It's real true. We're not.
I forgot. He's the one that shot him. You saw
I can supervise work up to 30,000 square feet. What does that mean?
Flower box. That's him.
Yeah, I had that picture saved on my computer somewhere just to remind you every once in a while.
That's that little shit. Yeah. His little tongue was hanging out. Oh, wow.
No, I didn't, but I'm sure you have a pretty expansive work history, Galaxy Eyes. I've seen Rusty do that too, with his tongue sticks out, like especially when it's kind of warm. He's like, like he's stinky. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? I don't know.
What you having for your dinner, Michelle? Hot dogs?
Well, actually, you can brush the fur. It helps a lot, but also you might want to maybe occasionally give a cat a little bit of Vaseline too to help kind of make it a little more slippery inside. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they got pre-made products for that.
Cat legs.
But you're right.
I brush him all the time. I just brushed him actually this morning again. I don't know what. He's a long-haired cat though, so a little bit of his hair is a problem. Yeah, I'll get him something.
I mean, there's even cat food when it has.
I don't want to give him a laxative. It's a cat lax. You're going to be shitting around my house. No, thank you.
You can give him just a little bit of coconut oil, but don't give him too much because that's a laxative as well.
All right, I've got that, so I'll have a little bit of it.
Yeah, I would look up the dosage.
Yeah, well, anyway.
You got a hairball, Michelle?
No, I'm just stretching on my arms. So today I paid Jimmy my rent, so he's all set.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
Another month of you can relax this month.
always relax. You always can tell when I'm relaxed
No, you're
because my
not.
shows are actually enjoyable.
You're enjoying your shows a lot more, I think, at the minute. I'm going back, though, to the old days. The old days are in the past now.
And obviously, you go back to the shows, and don't tell me you start reminiscing about those dark days, because
No, I never reminisce about them. I sometimes think about them and think how awful they were.
Yeah. Those were always invariably a drama channel, and I didn't want to be one.
It was mentally draining.
Oh, yeah, it was mentally draining to me, too, because I was the brunt of it all. You know. 22 people in the house, 11 likes, $11 donations, 91 views, 22 minutes, 12 seconds viewer engagement. That's on the YouTube side. Kick says got 1 viewer, Twitch says 1. And the YouTube count says 17, but we actually have 21 of them.
Well, happy 4th of July, everybody.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I, as an English person, should be saying that, Michelle.
Well, happy 4th of July to you guys. Happy Guy Fawkes Day, too, when you guys have it in November. Yeah.
Wait, what is it? A Fox Day?
Guy Fawkes, he was the guy that tried to blow up Parliament in November.
So well, I don't know if they do it anymore. We used to have like big bonfires near our houses and let fireworks off and build somebody in like human clothing that represented Guy Fawkes and stick him on the top of the fire and burn the bar.
That sounds interesting. Like the UK witchcraft.
It was like we burnt the Guy Fawkes on the bonfire. Yeah, burn him. But he was just a stuffed, with an old shirt and a pair of trousers.
Just like it was. It's kind of like he was known for being like one of the first terrorists in the UK.
Yeah, so we burn him. We burn him on big bonfires.
I thought you were excited that he was going to blow something up. But...
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay, says Rambo. It's that stuff that helps to assist with the removal of hairballs.
Why don't we have a holiday where we burn fake people? What the hell is this?
They probably ban it here.
Yeah, probably. Jeez.
Probably claiming it's causing too much carbon dioxide production.
We're going to end up like Canada if we're not careful. Just banning everything.
There's a province in Canada that wants to leave Canada and become our 51st state, so...
I don't know why I was really excited about it.
You comes in a tube and you put some on the port. What's it called? Rambo, sorry, I missed what you said it was called.
Yeah.
I'll order some. What was it called? Did anyone get what the cat hairball stuff was called?
Yeah, what's the stuff called, Rambo, you're talking about? They put on their paw.
You're speaking in riddles, Rambo.
You're sounding like Comedy Blue.
He said it was called cat wax.
Oh, okay.
Well, we all assumed that meant laxative, I guess.
Yeah. Look, Christine's got it. Remember, the 5th of November.
Right.
It sounds like a good time.
Well, I'm on about when I was a kid. I bet now they don't do bonfires and all that crap. But we used to have massive ones on. They would find like a green near us, and we just put mattresses, furniture. You know, these things would be huge. These bonfires. They would be like, yeah.
I love a good fire.
Massive fire.
Just like, yeah, who needs large trash day? Just save it for.
Yeah, just shove it out all on the bonfire.
I bet people did just that too.
They did.
Yeah. I bet when you guys are part of the EU, they tried to ban it because it's too much CO2 production.
I bet.
But now you guys are independent again. Maybe the House of Lords and House of Commons will say screw that.
But we used to have like small bonfires in the back of our gardens as well. Thought nothing of it. I would get rid of all the garden waste. You just burn it.
Right. That was
Still
fine.
do that, but I live in a country kind of, so nobody's gonna say anything.
Most people in the United States used to burn the garden rubbish all the time. Burning leaves was a real thing.
Oh, Christine had them on the beaches. Nice.
Huntington Beach, LOL. I bet many pallet towers back in the day. Well, I bet working in a supermarket, you probably got plenty of pallets you could easily still burn if you wanted to, instead of feeding them into your trash compactor and your cardboard baler.
Yeah.
Hi, Bree. Good morning to you.
I don't think they do it all. And then we'd make this guy corpse with an old pair of trousers and a shirt, and then stick it in a wheelbarrow, and we'd go stand outside the local newsagent's shop and get money for it. You just stand there and people just give you money for your efforts.
It sounds like an interesting kind of contest, too, in a way.
Yeah, you just say, oh, very nice guy. There's 5p or 2p. Thank you. Then go into the newsagents and spend the money on sweets. It was a big deal on Bonfire Night.
Just straight up Cadillacs, nothing more, nothing less.
All right, I'm gonna look. Let me have a look, see if I can find it.
That was Rusty. His fur is so thick; it's hard to keep up with him sometimes.
Oh, there it is, chewy. Pause RX. Oh my God, you have to get that on prescription, I think. I don't see that.
Like, check
oh, no, I got it. I got Walmart.
Okay.
There it is. Got very good
So
reviews.
today is July 4th in America is also when you're going to see a lot of urgent care visits to people with hearing problems and, of course, with more serious concerns or injuries from fireworks if people are not careful.
Yeah.
I do hope that people will practice
Well,
good care.
I do notice here, Michelle, that the fireworks are all out like on display. You just pick them up and take them to the counter. In England, they're behind glass. You have to pick them out.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, they're like, I don't know, gunpowder. It's under glass. You pick it out what you want.
I mean, having them open and display like that could be a real bad thing if someone really wanted to be a real bad person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy. You go in Walmart, there's a huge display of fireworks as you're coming in the door. Where?
Well, it's
Spike
stop somebody from being a
go
real
off like
bad
a-
person throwing a match at the display.
Yeah, they've got those things that you throw at the floor, those pop things. Are they flammable?
Yeah.
What are they made of? Those little snap things that you throw at the floor and
Like
they bang.
gunpowder. I think they're gunpowder.
Gunpowder.
Yeah.
Do you light those on fire?
Probably.
Has anyone ever lit?
Probably.
Has anybody
When I
here
was a
got one
kid,
of those snaps that they could light it
they make it
for us?
When I was a kid, like we used to put them in our mouths and bite them in the dark, and it would make a spark. And if you throw them on the ground, they can make a spark too.
Wow. You used to bite them.
Yeah, I bet there's other people here that were when they were kids. I don't know. I grew up around a lot of boys.
Which just reminds us to be careful with them, okay? Because nobody
Like even a
wants.
display stand full of sparklers. Can you imagine that going up?
Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I have
yeah.
a bunch of like big fireworks, but now that I don't have a car, I can't like really do much with them.
Just go out in your front street and light them up.
Yeah.
I've been invited. I'm gonna go. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow.
What's that? What was that, Tiger?
I've been invited to a fireworks display either tonight or tomorrow, and I can't remember which one. I'll have to.
Well, David knows what I'm talking about the fireworks stands you can buy fireworks from. Yeah. Connecticut used to be illegal to buy fireworks. But that didn't stop them from buying fireworks from other states. So I guess Connecticut decided to just throw their hands in the air and say, screw it.
Tiff has shot bottle rockets out of her arse crack.
Did you ever have a Roman candle fight?
I've never played with fireworks, honest to God, because it was hard to get your hands on them in England when I was at the age I wanted to play with them.
I have a pretty bad scar on my leg from playing that.
They're so inaccurate though. Like bottle rockets and Roman candles, you can shoot at people all day, but you're not going to hit them most likely.
Right. And well, I shot myself. It wasn't somebody else. Yeah.
Friendly fire.
Right.
Yeah. So, what is your guys going to be doing for today? Because I know tonight we're doing Turtle Wow at 7. Between now and 7, I have no idea. I know you're still thinking about buying some stuff.
What stuff are you thinking about buying? Oh, here comes the demon.
Here we go.
What, Michelle?
Well, besides, obviously, I get some more razor blades for reasons of hygiene. I got to get some.
Oh, yeah, you need to.
Which aren't so expensive. They're like $7 for 100 of them, so that's not a big deal. But I was looking at something that's an HDMI to DisplayPort adapter, so I can use my DisplayPort monitors to watch things that plug into my HDMI box, like my Roku box. But that doesn't extract the soundtrack, which is they need an HDMI extractor, which is it's like $20. I mean, about $20 between the HDMI to DisplayPort and the HDMI audio extractor.
Well, I think you are allowed to reward yourself. There's nothing wrong with getting yourself a treat, as long as you're not, buying. You just know at the back of your head you got your teeth.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing wrong if you want to
Well,
get
we decided to hold off on the wait a minute. Something's going on with the sound here. I think it's your earbuds, Michelle. Oh, my headphone cord is broken again. Yeah, it's twisted. Oh, okay. Yeah, my headphones are broken. Let me go get my other pair of headphones. Because
Right.
these need to be fixed. The cord just finally called it quits. Let me just fix this. Got me another pair of headphones right now.
Luckily, she has a second pair that Stan bought her that are exactly the same, but a little bit newer or moderner, up to date. So what are you doing? Are you doing anything wonderful today, you guys?
I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm going to the prison, and then I'm supposed to go out with somebody, and
These
scary.
headphones. Let's see. That's right there. Oh.
Tiger, what about you?
Yeah, I've been invited to a 4th of July firework thing, but I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow.
All right. Well,
So I'm gonna go.
oh my God, it's too loud.
Probably.
All right, so I had to switch headphones because the other cord went bad, but that was going bad anyway. Got to fix it. I'll fix it this afternoon.
You can video that
on the 5th of July.
Michelle.
What?
You can video the fixing of the earphones.
Yeah.
Make it into a video.
I want a yogurt video.
Yeah,
I'm
I could do that.
lying.
Yeah, you got the yogurt video.
That yogurt sounds so gnarly.
I feel like preparing different yogurts on stream would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's making yogurt. It's not really that hard to do. Could do that out on the porch, but the actual headphone repair I gotta do in the kitchen because that's where my soldering station is. So,
You ever done food reviews, Michelle?
yeah, I have. We did a couple with at the Brazilian restaurants and things like that.
Maybe you could make the yogurt and then review the yogurt all in the same video.
Wow. So it'd be a cooking stroke review.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see what we can do with the that because the headphone repair already was planning ahead on doing that. Originally, I was thinking about just putting on a see. Let me show what happened with the other headphones here. What it is this PVC wire is starting to. You can see where it's breaking and twisting and shorting out. There you go. There wasn't even enough wire to hold it together. Yeah, I know. So I gotta take out some diseased cord here, cut this off, so I can probably keep slices here, and then it's just kind of diseased all the way down here. It's starting to get hard, so I can just take it off.
Get a new cord. I mean, a new cord's not.
Take off as much as it is so where it's still flexible.
Are you gonna keep that cord?
No, throw it out.
Well, that was another idea. Just like A1 telephone repair said, to go replace that with a modular plug, so to speak. So you can have cord of any size, any color, any length, which would be fine, I guess. You know, A1 telephone repair. So yeah, having a cord of any size, any color, any length would be a good thing.
Why don't you just get a normal cord?
Oh, I could do that. I mean, like I said, I could just Just
What colour cord do you want?
I was
I mean,
thinking about.
what colour are they?
I was
They're
thinking
kind of
about getting a cloth cord.
Oh God, you and the sexy cloth cords.
Yeah.
Well,
Fire hazard.
look at the colour of them, Michelle. What colour do you think would go with them headphones? They're like a muddy, greeny. What colour are they?
So, like I said, we're gonna try to
Pink
fix
is not
this
gonna
up.
go bad.
Yeah,
And
pink is a shit brown. That'd be great.
so
You want a pink cord?
So I was thinking what doing was installing a 1/4-inch socket here, a TRS stereo connector inline plug here, and
Right.
then
Oh.
put a matching TRS stereo plug on this side so that I can just swap the cord out when I want. So if I want a long cord, I can just go buy a long cord. If I want a short cord, I can buy a short cord. The problem is that the material is getting hard and crunchy. This wire is, this insulation, these cables are just getting rigid. Yeah. So.
Are you gonna keep the cord, or are you gonna throw the cord away?
Well, right now I'll use this cord because I ain't got any other else that works at this point. So yeah, I'll probably keep this cord for now. Just patch it up. Because this cord eventually is going to do the same thing. It's going to start the split. This cord is from the 70s, 80s. This wire is going to start the split too. The PVC insulation will start the split. And, hi Mos, how you doing? So, I mean, it's going to be interesting also is, Michelle, should you go for further up the cord and, like you said, just put a jack, inline jack here, and then, like you said, like you in telephone service or repair said, you can have a plug of any size, any color, any shape. Yeah, I could buy that stuff and have it delivered. Then I would do that. Well, just go ahead, order that on Amazon, and then you can have that delivered. And then you'll get that in like 2 or 3 days, along with your razor blades. And then get your at the same get the HDMI adapter so you can watch movies in your bedroom on your 24-inch monitor. You know, I could have bought a brand new OLED TV, 1080p full HD. Then they could have mounted that in the bedroom, but so many of them are smart TVs, and I really didn't want a smart TV. So I just like, you know, I'll work on it. So as far as the video goes, maybe if I use the old soldering iron instead of the new workstation, I can sit up on the porch. After all, I just had to plug in an extension cord, right? I got plenty of those.
Yeah, people definitely will want to see the fixing of the cord.
Yeah.
What you do. I definitely want to know how you're going to attach it. You said you're going to use the.
All right. Well, I mean, if I buy the plugs, inline jack and plug, I'd probably better wait until tomorrow, because whenever the plug will arrive in my Amazon Prime, so I can get those things done properly instead of using electrical heat shrink and all that. Because here's the thing: heat shrink tubing is not going to be really good for strain relief. It's still gonna, be susceptible to damage from pulling.
So, at the moment, the cord that's in the headphones is not removable.
No, it's not.
Right. And you're going to make it so that you can have a attachment so you can plug them in and plug them out.
Right. So if I want to have a longer cord, so like have a female jack here, and then on this end here have I keep turning my sound down. Okay, and then have the plug here on the other end. So like this one here on this end, so I would be able to plug it into the headphones on the other inline, and then I can still have the. So if I want to put a coiled instrument cord on, like a guitar cord, I can put that on because it's.
I think I'd do it a little different.
How would you do it?
I'd go buy a cord.
Yeah.
So I'd just get some new headphones. I don't think the cord's attached. You can't take it off, so she has to.
Yeah, the thing is that
without changing the cord.
The thing is, my job needs headphones, so you can't live without headphones in my job. Otherwise, you get a major echo problem.
Brad found some little cat frog weird headphones that were like $3 at Walmart.
Yeah, I know.
And are they good?
Well, probably not, but my point is you can get some headphones.
Oh, I got some Bluetooth headphones. He was using one Bluetooth, which works fine. The problem is that for my job, it's got to be wired to avoid latency. Otherwise, you're going to have a latency problem, which really kind of sucks. And I know, too, that these headphones are different volume levels. Not too bad, though.
She wants the cloth cord.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to be cloth. It doesn't necessarily have to be cloth.
But you have a thing about the cloth cords, Michelle. You have to admit, you love a cloth cord.
Well, like I said, if I set these other headphones up the way I want to do, plugging in a cloth coiled cord or just a regular coiled cord would be a breeze, because then you just plug them in, and if they're too long, just get a shorter one.
You know when you watch the World War II movies and there's like a guy trying to get the signal and he's like in a basement, it's getting bombed out, and there's stuff falling off the ceiling. Well, those headphones look exactly like that.
They do. They look like World War II headphones, Michelle.
Yeah,
that they used
more
in
like
the
definitely
bunkers.
from they were based in the 1960s design.
Come in. Come in. Over. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that picture, Michelle.
These headphones here are actually a very common design.
You know you want to, don't you?
Also, you can see that another thing.
I'm doing a whole satanic series about Michelle.
Another thing you'll see too with these headphones, and
finally somebody's telling the truth.
Even though these have replacement ear pads on them, you can see that these are getting worn down too. But I bought these ear pads later on. They're just generic replacements, 50mm ear pads, but they get beat up too, and so I might want to get some new ear pads eventually. The
Witch of Winstead.
Winstead Witch.
The only thing that's original in these headphones is the drivers. Yeah. The drivers are original.
What do you think of your picture, Michelle? Noodles through you again.
Yeah, I don't really know if I'm not really into the dark contrast on it, I guess. But
he's doing it in black and white. There is no color.
Yeah, well, you can. I'm just surprised he made it so dark, though. Even with grayscale, you can still make my skin look a little lighter. It looks more like what a statue would look like.
I think he went a bit heavy around the eyes a little bit, maybe.
Well, it's supposed to be a comic book, Michelle. It's comic book style.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. Yeah, so anyway, I'll just go ahead and order just TRRS plug, and I did have a cord I did want to get originally, so on my parts list, so I might just buy the plug. And see, the other thing you could do is, if you wanted to, but I thought about it, but I kind of think it would be kind of probably not a good idea, was to place this part here with a jack right here. But the problem is that the jack is going to be smacking right into the driver inside because of the size of the magnet. So I'm thinking of just putting an inline plug on here instead of putting it in here, because otherwise it's going to work loose again. So Yeah, even this is not the original. This is the original connector. Yeah, this is the original connector. Um, like I said, I got a whole bunch of different ideas. But now the ear cups are not also showing some wear too, which doesn't surprise me because I wear them every day. And these old stock ear cups are going to start to wear out too eventually. But that's okay. So 24 people views is 111, angel number 111. And so yeah, I've been people wonder why I'm such a cheapskate. Well, I just always been that way. Trying to keep things working, it's just always been my way. True.
Morning, comedy.
Good morning. I
Comedy
was
Blue,
hoping
how you
Dave.
doing today? How you doing?
What's up,
Good.
Comedy?
I was hoping Noodles was there for a little longer. That way I could tell him, Noodles, your art is great. I love it. You know those little drawing books you got. I want a couple of them at least. You said you'd send me some. But anyways, he's not here to me to tell him now.
He's doing like some of Michelle at the moment, and she looks.
Yeah, I know, but he's got sketch pads. He says he does every now and again, and he just usually just tosses them. That's. I would like some of his rough sketches.
What are you going to do with them?
Collect them. Trust me, his art's going to become worth money one day, and then you'll be like, oh, why you got this? Why you got that? Yeah, okay.
If his art becomes money one day, I will be making him draw me something. Actually,
you should ask him to draw you some
Well,
stuff.
that's what I want to do, Chris, is like I said, is I'm gonna put an inline 1/4-inch TRS plug on here so that it would hang off like this. And that would still protect the wiring inside. And then I can plug in another cord if I want. Of any length, any size, any color into the end here.
Tiger, you should commission him to paint you in something. You see what I'm saying?
Paint me in something. You mean?
Yeah, give him a photo you'd like, and then have some backgrounds painted in, and because he does Batman, and you can be surrounded by any characters you want and stuff.
I know
It'd be
CC
awesome.
earphones are much more sensitive than the other ones. They are much more efficient drivers on these. Yeah.
Well, these are the new ones, though, Michelle.
Well, yeah, I'll use the new ones for now until I get these other ones fixed. But
I don't know why you don't use the new ones anyway for your show, because that's when you need the better sound.
Yeah, I do, but
well, and then I would put the old ones on your driving game because you don't really need that as much.
Well, I use the other one with the boom mic when I'm driving my truck because that works better because of the boom mic on them.
Mm.
And that's another thing too. You can do with the headphone is it Shure makes, and I'm sure other companies do too, make an external boom mic that you can put in front, and then you could have, which has a XLR plug, that you could probably use a splitter joiner combiner to pass the two signals together back to the computer. That might be a thing too. Yeah, well, let me just get these fixed for now. So what I'll do is let me go ahead and I'll order the inline plug. And I do have a cloth cord I did want to get. So
what color cloth cord?
Black.
Oh, I thought you were going to go for something like pink.
Because I'll match the existing cord. I mean, you could try electric blue if you wanted to. Oh boy, that's just like the song by Billy Joel, "Still Rock and Roll to Me." Bright orange pair of pants. You can go, oh whoa, Brahma baby, just give it. I don't think
Silly
I don't think an
Joe.
electric blue cord hanging on a pair of 1970s headphones with inline pigtail adapters gotta look very good.
Why not?
Or purple. Dark purple wouldn't be so
Purple
bad.
would be nice.
Violet.
It's your favourite colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
And no, he's 76 years old, Tiger. He's not dead.
I like purple.
76. Wow.
Yeah.
76.
Also, I found out I can easily have 2 cars in my parking lot of my Sims house. I just had to move the car bumper thingy, and that goes in the parking lot.
You've been playing on the Sims again, Michelle.
So my Sims 3 family has 2 cars now. Lummy has a car and Michelle has a car. Michelle left the room for a 3rd car, so like you can have a guest driving in, or like eventually when the daughter Michelle gets old enough, she can have a car.
See, now when she's playing The Sims all by herself, she should actually be recording that. Those should be the recorded videos.
The reason I didn't record it is because some people who used to tell me they used to hate watching me play The Sims.
Don't do it live. Record it, Michelle. It'll be different.
Yeah, it'd be different, all right.
With The Sims, you can remember you can always write the story however you want it to be.
Yeah. Well, I like mostly doing The Sims is actually building houses and interior decorating. There's a lot of Sims 3 add-ons you can buy and furniture and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. You know, and like Sarah in my ChatGPT said, why couldn't you model your own ceremony in the game? I'm like, you can in Sims 3 because you got access to the terrain editor and everything. And then just find, created objects like trees and things like that and put them in the game. I just don't want to put a million plugins and cause my game to crash. That would suck. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am working on that to add some more mods to my game. And one of the things they suggested when Create a Sim as I could do is I could save Lumi and Michelle and the daughter Michelle as individual characters and make them into a new family. Start over. But part of me says, I don't want to do that because I already invested a lot of time working on this story and I don't really want to change. So my characters, Michelle and Lumi, are sisters. They're not married to each other. Now, of course, that makes sense that, of course, Michelle and Lumi are both dating separately, which is kind of fun. Oh, I know you do, David S. I know you told me about that. Yeah, absolutely. Sims 3 is much more expandable than Sims 4. For some reason, Sims 3, there was more options for creating than there was in Sims 4. I don't know why that is, though. Who knows? Yeah, well, apparently that's understandable. A lot of people feel that way about church. Really, they do. Cradle Catholics are the same way. They only go in for like baptismals and funerals and marriages, but always don't go into church. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I'm working on my mods collection, but here's the thing that I don't know if the new Sims 3 from Electronic Arts, if that's compatible with a lot of the older add-ons. I mean, it might be. I'm not sure how it all does that. But I want to buy some more add-on expansion packs. But I hate to find out the ones I get are for the 32-bit, and I can't play it because it's 64-bit. My Mac, that pissed me off so bad. After you spend all that money on buying upgrades, and all of a sudden find out it's not compatible. Wow. How in the heck did you get your game started with all those mods? That's a lot of mods. Yeah, the weather. Yes, I know. I was at WFSB Channel 3 News mentioned that.
I
Yeah,
gotta
but
drop out and
Sims.
make the phone call, Michelle.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so that's okay because we're gonna be ready to wrap it up soon anyway. Comedy flu.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
So what are you up to, Nads? She's just listening. Oh, okay. You know what? It's funny though. I'm gonna say one thing about this existing cord. I drive my chair on this thing so much, and it's survived. Despite being driven on, it originally started out as a headphone extension cord, and my chair keeps driving on my headphone cord, and it survived. It didn't break the wires inside, but they're just. I can tell on the headphones. You can't see it, but I can. Right here, it's a dull PVC color, and it's flexible. But then you can see where it rubs against my body, and it's getting hard and crunchy because of my body oil. So I'm wondering it looks like this whole section may be diseased. I might have to take this whole section off. That's almost a whole foot of cord. But, oh well. So the cord, in one sense, is savable. It survived me driving over with my chair, my wheels on my chair many times. So I don't see as a loss. So yeah, I gotta definitely buy some new cords. So okay, you want to go ahead and just kind of get ready to wrap it up? Oh, Sims 2 and Sims 3. I think my Windows 10 can too, but I prefer paying on the Mac directly because here's why. My Mac is my main machine. I've had more problems with my mouse and using Chrome Remote Desktop. Like we have to use it for Turtle Wow because it's not available on the Mac. So I end up having to play through Turtle Wow on my Chrome Remote Desktop, and it works, but it's not perfect. It's just and I've seen other people say the same thing. But sometimes the mouse, when they try to go up and down, changing direction, all of a sudden the mouse goes woo 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 woo. You're spinning. And it's like it's really touchy. Yeah. I mean, Sims 3, remember, it was designed back in Windows XP days. And it really was designed for a computer of no more than 2 gigabytes of RAM. The same as with Turtle Wow. So, yeah, originally was 32-bit. So, I mean, it works fine. I never had a problem with it. It's just an idea. Just something I like doing. Oh, why don't I get ready to wrap it up before everybody else sleeps on you? Yes, why don't we do that? You want to do the blessing? Of course. You first. Okay. May all of you have a happy, safe day. Stay out of trouble. Please be careful with the fireworks. Please do not drink and drive. Mother God loves you. I love you. Michelle loves you. And we want you to have a happy and safe 4th of July in the United States. Absolutely to that. And don't overeat too many hamburgers and hot dogs. And enjoy this good time with your friends and family. The service is done. Go out in peace, kind, loveness, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll see you all guys later. Oh, Bradley wants to come on real quick. Oh, really? Yeah. Can we let him on? Yeah, we can let him on. All right, real quick here. Bradley. Almost came and looks a little too late. How you doing?
Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Michelle. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute.
Shut up, Nads.
That's okay, Nads. Anyway, so how you doing right
Just
now?
kidding. I love you, Nads.
So I gotta go order some new parts for the headphones. It's not like you didn't know about it. Yeah, I knew about it. Yeah, just get a new cord and be all set.
I'm still stuck in bed.
What about in Windows compatibility mode? Because I'm using Windows SPM, which is designed on a Windows XP, with Windows compatibility mode enabled, and it works fine for managing my phone switch. So, but I tried it Windows 10 without Windows Windows compatibility mode on, and it was crash and burn city. We also have a computer we also could install Windows XP on that computer too. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So what are you doing right now, Brad?
I'm trapped in my bed. I'm up, but I'm not I still haven't got up. Come peel me out of bed.
Oh. So
I gotta go to the store, but if I don't go soon, it's gonna close, and I'm just laying here all lazy. I'm not really lazy. I'm just exhausted. Oh my God.
Let me just say is, hey, guess what? It's technically it's my day off. I don't have to rush out and do anything right now, which is understandable. Yeah, you don't have to rush out and do anything. It's just a good day to just chill.
Michelle.
What?
Can we have a late night show tonight and a Discord show?
A late night show?
Yeah, a night show.
Nightlife.
I don't know about that, guys. We got Turtle Wow tonight from 7 until whenever it ends, and I got a feeling that'll probably end by around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and then after that, maybe for 2 hours for 4th of July.
We'll see about it. Yeah, well, I'll take a look into it, guys.
Come on.
Can somebody just funnel Red Bull into me?
Yeah.
Just shoot me up with the shit or something. I don't feel like getting up.
Do some sit-ups or something.
Oh yeah, you know what the problem is with this trust, Michelle, is you know why originally it was kind of stored in that, because you got a tear right here, which you still gotta fix again.
Oh, dude, I'm pissed too.
That's okay. No one can really see that. No one can see that part of it. It's true.
And it turned into a zit. Now it's a permanent little bump.
Yeah, it's just it's been stitched enough times that you can see the imperfections in the material. But I do have a couple dresses that I do like on my watch list, so yeah, why don't you go ahead and add to your little shopping list? Why don't you add the dress that you wanted to get, either the white or the purple one, along with because you got Prime Day coming up. You can buy the dress, and then you could buy the connector now, but then buy the dress and stuff in a couple of days when Prime Day starts on the 8th.
Where are you getting it from?
I'm gonna buy a white and a purple one. It's kind of more of an evening dress. It's kind of a lacy dress.
Nice. From where?
Plus, Sherry Jackson's mailing me some stuff
From
too this weekend too. So
Oh, Sherry's great. She's a really good friend to you, Michelle.
yeah, she has been a really nice person to me, and
Yeah.
and she really, really wants to meet up with me and see my apartment in October. So
Yeah, she already has seen your apartment, but she wants to see it again.
To the store.
well, here's what I say, Michelle. You've already paid off your Amazon card, so why don't you just put some stuff on your Amazon card?
Stop wearing them.
That's
I'm not getting you shit.
what?
For Christ's sake, man. Fucking taking my shit.
Okay.
He's not talking to you, Michelle.
I know he's not talking to me because I almost just
Oh,
told him
okay.
dazed and confused what he's talking
Sorry, I
about.
forgot to mute.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, if you just wanted to explain what you're talking about, at least it might help with the backstory.
I think he's just talking to somebody,
Yeah.
you know, probably his family.
You know what, Michelle? There is still one thing that I loved as a feature that you have in the other room. You really should try to get on this room. What's that? The equalizer. Oh, the equalizer. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Lil. Absolutely. That thing was a blast. Those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's a box with a 7-band graphic equalizer on it. So, which means I could fine tune my headphones to exactly my frequency. I used to use one of these other headphones and they worked great. So if like something like was too deep and boomy, I could just turn the treble up and turn the bass down. Yeah. I mean that thing is sweet. Let me ask you what, I will look for one of those again. That is an awesome box. I love that gizmo. It was great for what it does. It was supposed to work with headsets too, but I never did manage to get to work with a headset. No.
Michelle, when you were a kid, did you like to make like Jacob's ladders and stuff?
I never messed with Jacob ladders, but I certainly did
Really?
like the arcs and things when I see them in old time movies.
Yeah.
Probably because I didn't want to get electrocuted that level with 2,000 volts, so I never really messed with the high voltage like that.
The Jacob's ladder got me once, and it wasn't all that bad. It wasn't big. You could make small ones, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we can
Michelle,
make
I
a
did this
small
one
one
without a lot
using
of.
common way to power them is with a microwave oven transformer, but I would be very careful with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're talking about 2,000 volts, input voltage of about 10 amps. So that's like a factor of divided by 100. It's like 20 milliamps so at 2,000 volts. So that could really kill you easy. That's how
Yeah.
not a safe thing to be messing with. I mean, maybe you can use a switch mode power supply if you want to be something a little safer with impedance limiting, but current limiting. But even that's still dangerous, though. I know you still want to build your vacuum tube class AB tube amplifier. Oh yeah. Michelle wants her AB tube amplifier design. The fire nice. That's what we've been saving up the parts for.
Well, that sounds more dangerous, Michelle.
Michelle, why don't we do you as a comic book character, Michelle? Let's get you in comic books. Let's start getting you there,
Well, that's
Michelle.
cute. I like that picture, Noodles. That one's cute.
You like this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, that one is good.
That one's cute. I like that one.
You don't like the Satan one?
No, not really.
Well, we're gonna do a series, Michelle. I'm gonna do this whole book.
I mean, what would you call my character? Old hag?
No. Like Satan Queen or something like that. I don't know.
No, I just think she looks like an old, tired woman that's been through a lot in life. Well, you have. I have, yeah. Well, so Bradley, I want you to have a nice day. Like I said, I was just gonna get ready to wrap up when you came on. Just wanted to make sure you have a nice and safe July 4th with your family and things like that. Same to you too, Nads. I hope you have a nice day too.
Oh, thank you, Michelle, and same to you.
Yeah. And you can see Rusty's happy again. He gets to go back outside today. We do close the door at night, 7. Of course, tonight's fireworks are gonna be going off, so he'll be in the house anyway.
Yeah. Are you going anywhere today, Michelle?
Officially, no. I'm not going anywhere. I got my grocery shopping in yesterday, so I don't need really to go out.
Yeah. Isn't there like a parade or anything?
Have you ever been to the Tesla Coil show at the? No, I haven't, but I've heard of it. It's amazingly terrifying.
Yeah. Michelle, is there a parade or anything?
Not right now. Not Winston. We have ours on the Winston Carnival.
Oh.
Yeah. Just if there was a parade, you would have already heard it. There's no parade as far as I know. Yeah, I know. I've seen video clips of it. Yeah, it's quite a thing, If you like seeing things getting, big sparks flying and all that, yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. So, Bradley, I just want to say thank you, and I hope you both have a nice day today. Stay safe, all right?
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye, panel. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, I want you guys to be safe out there. Just like we said earlier, we already did the blessings. And, so, since let's at least wrap it up in a nice way, which is this. Don't forget to party on, dude, and make sure to keep out your fingers and toes, and don't get crazy with your family, and don't drink and drive, and don't mess around with fireworks while under the influence of any kind. Absolutely. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
MicheleMarieDalene, I will always be there for you. Michelle, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the summers